You have reached maximum capacity.
Ay, tell me how you want it. You know that I got it. It's just me and you until the morning. Tell me how you want it. You know that I got it. Cause I'm moving with the speed of light. Don't you rush it. We gon' get there. Cause I'm moving with the speed of light. Why you rushing? We ain't got all the time, day and night. Scandalous, but the speed is so dangerous. Angel dust. Scandalous, but the speed is so dangerous. Angel dust. Don't talk tonight. I just wanna make love. I don't wanna wake up. Just hold me tight. Love you better with no makeup. Chase on, wake up, like ooh, see you later. Call you later. You know that I got it. It's just me and you until the morning. Tell me how you want it. You know that I got it. Cause I'm moving with the speed of light. Don't you rush it. We gon' get there. Cause I'm moving with the speed of light. Why you rushing? We ain't got all the time, day and night. Scandalous, but the speed is so dangerous. Angel dust. Scandalous, but the speed is so dangerous. Angel dust. Come on now, break it down. Talk for me now. I'ma beat it from the front to the back, to the back to the front, yeah. Yeah.
You have reached maximum capacity.
Scandalous, but the speed is so dangerous. Angel dust. Scandalous, but the speed is so dangerous. Angel dust.
I be telling people that. Yeah. Got a mic come up. Got a singing on me like whoa, whoa, whoa. Got a be on me, man, I can't even breathe. Yeah. She be going niggas so well in this band. Yeah. Got it by the moon like a snake. She don't count when I'm doing soft. And I'm about to go do like you. Got a hot rip my beat. Got it by the moon like a snake. Yeah. She don't count when I'm doing soft. Yeah. And I'm about to go do like you. Yeah. Got a hot rip my beat. My heart is police and you most wanted. I bet you better surrender. I'ma pick you up after this lockdown, man, I know you were slender. She call me a cowboy, cause I feel like I'm riding horses. Yeah, big boys in the building, should've told niggas that I'm coming. I try to warn y'all I stay in my lane and I'm not a friend with it. I drink on my own and I pull up a call with it. It's that man's praying, never confident. Girl, you know how savage you are. I pray your mama never find out. Cause you looking like a diamond in her eyes. It's not more than Mona Lisa, yeah. Break bones when I come out. She like it when I come in the mouth. I done just pay for the price. Niggas ain't real with me. Got a mic come up. Got a singing on me like whoa, whoa. Got a body on me, man, I can't even breathe. She be going niggas are well in this band. Got a body moving like a snake. She don't count when I'm doing soft. And I'm about to go do like
Yo, yo, yo! What's good, everybody? It's Bully Club TV in the Easy. It's your boy with the most, the host, Easy. How's everybody doing back there at home? Everybody living it up. Join in. We got a very special guest today. You know, we got my homie Chad Mayo. He's out there with the Molloso Presa Mayo. That's what they call it, right? Hope I'm saying it right. But yeah, it's him out there. We got him. He's waiting for us. I know you guys been waiting for him too. But join in. I'm going to give you some time to join in so we can go in and get your questions ready and everything so we can get into this interview, man. It's Bullet Club TV, baby. We're doing it big every night. You know how it is. Every Sunday night, we do a special guest interview. So you know what it is. Let's go straight into the intro, and then we'll take it from there. Right. Let's go.
I can tell that my back made it.
Tell him oversight, yeah. Don't waste my time, ain't got no time, yeah. I got money on my mind, yeah. I ain't never.
Yo, what's good? It's Bullet Club TV. Let's hit that up again. Let's go. Everybody join in. It's Bullet Club TV, baby. Let's go. All a little fresh, baby. It is what it is. We got my main man in the building. Hope everybody's ready for him. Hope everybody's ready. Get in. Let's get this thing flowing. And we'll just put that up a bit. Is everybody ready for my boy Chad? You know, he's got the special dog, man. Special dog. I've never seen this before in my life. You know, and I mean, he's got some special stuff he's cooking up there. I can't wait to see. So, you know who we got today? We got Chad Mayo. He's the man, the creator of the Mollosso Presa Mayo out there, and I mean, it's in the process, and he's got a couple of cool stuff that he's got some puppies out there. We're gonna show you a few of them as we do the interview, and he's got a whole lot of cool stuff that he's been doing with the puppies and the dogs, and he's got the foundation stock female and all of that stuff. We're gonna show you, and we're gonna talk about it, and you guys can get to ask all the questions you want to ask about the breed and what's going on. So let's go and call him up. Let's see. Yes, my main man, Chad. What up, homie?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to talk to you.
Fantastic stuff. Let me just put this up. Didn't hear you so well. There we go. Okay, sweet. Chad, tell the people who are you, what you're about, man, and what did you come here to talk about? You know?
Well, I mean, I'm just here to answer questions, but I'm assuming we're talking about my breed concept. Is that what we want to talk about?
Yeah,
or do we
that's
want
what
to
we're
talk
talking
about. Okay.
That's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Maloso, the concept.
Yeah.
Let me just show the people what we're talking about out there. Let me show them right there. That's what we're talking about. Concept dog. This is the new Photoshop image that he's just created now recently, and this is what the ultimate vision is basically right there. That's the
I can't see what you're showing. Am I supposed to be able to see?
No, don't worry about it. I'm showing the people, not you, because you already know. Yeah. So you already know.
What do you
But,
want to know? You want to know how I came up with the idea? What do you want to know?
So let's go to it. So let's start off small. Let's start up. When did you start breeding? What dogs did you start breeding? Before we get to the Maloso, let's see where it's going first.
Okay, well that goes back to I think I was 16 years old, and my dad brought home a stray Rottweiler. Nice looking dog, by the way. No idea where he came from, but we took him in, and he was amazing. He was awesome, and I fell in love with the dog really fast. I was just a young kid.
Yeah.
But he was definitely a high drive dog with a lot of prey drive. He wanted to kill the horses. You know, it was a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And so we had to find a good home for him. And as a result, I thought I want my own dog, right?
Definitely.
So I talked to my parents, and I said, well, if I work for it and pay for it, then can I just go buy a puppy, whatever type of dog that I want? And they said that was fine. And so I spent all summer saving up money, and I went to the library because that's what you had to do to research anything.
Yeah.
You had to go to the library, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the library, and I checked out this encyclopedia of all these different dog breeds, and I ran across Neapolitan Mastiff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a very good one, but I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool. I was like, wow, that is really interesting. So that's what I wanted. And then it took me months and months and months to even find somebody that had one in my area. I ran across a little ad in the local paper that someone had Neapolitan Mastiff puppies. I went and bought one. I spent $1,000.
Yeah.
I was 16 years old, and I was really hooked right away. And I'm going to try to keep this story short because I know you want to get into other things, but
Not a problem. We got all the time in the world. This is the internet. We can do it how we want.
Right,
We ain't got stress.
So, the story is, I get the puppy, and she was about 5 months old, and she came down with pneumonia, and I lost her. She died.
Yeah.
And so I was this heartbroken kid, right? And I called the breeder up and just told her what happened, and she was going to give me another puppy, which was really nice of her.
Yeah.
But what was interesting about it was, I've always been an artist. I don't know if you knew that. I have some, it'd probably be hard for you to find it, but I have some of my artwork on my page. I've done artwork for people in other countries, and I've always kind of had a critical eye that way. And even as a kid, I thought to myself, I might be able to get a better puppy. Like, I would rather spend the money and maybe get even a better looking dog, you know? And so I ended up getting put in contact with a couple that lived Can you hear me okay? There's an airplane going by.
I can hear you too, but I can still hear you.
So I was connected with Joe and Lisa Centropini, who are some of the best Neapolitan Mastiff breeders in the world. To this day, they're very good. They know exactly what they're doing. And I was brought into contact with them. They kind of introduced me to the show world as the years went by. I ended up purchasing a couple dogs from them, and they really taught me a lot when I was young. Lisa introduced me to her father, and I ended up doing a lot of artwork for her father, and he gave me a couple of dogs when I was younger, and we would split litters and things like that, and we're still very good friends to this day. So that was kind of how I got my start. And
with the Mastiffs.
First breed was Neapolitan Mastiffs.
Oh, okay. And then let me just wait for the thing.
Yeah, that plane's going by here. It's
let me wait for
pass.
it.
I live by an airport.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You
I
can't
see
hear
you
me.
talking, but there's no noise.
Let me just set up. Yeah. Thank you.
There's no audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now I can.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you started with the Mastiffs, right? And then at what? Because this is Bully Club, you know. So we're gonna have to ask you, when then do you get to the bullies?
Okay, the bullies. The bullies came later in life. I ended up getting married. Got divorced 8-9 years later. I was never able to really move forward with the dogs as much as I would have liked to, because she wasn't the biggest supporter of all that. After the divorce, it was like a country song. I lost my dogs, you know, I lost my property and all the stuff. And so I didn't have dogs for a while. And eventually, as I got my life together a little bit more, I was ready to get a dog again, but I didn't think I was ready to get Mastino. It's a lot of dog. You know, it's a big dog. And I thought maybe I should go a little smaller and that's what got me into the bullies, because they're by no means a huge dog, but proportionately they're little monsters, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's how I got into the bullies,
bullies.
and fell in love with them as a breed too.
Fantastic. So then,
Yeah.
it's the mastiffs, the bullies, and I know you got the bull terriers as well. Where do they come
I
into
do.
play?
Well, they came into play because of the concept.
Oh, okay.
I never purchased bull terriers until I was ready to move forward with the concept. I always admired the breed from afar.
Yeah.
To be honest, as a breed, I'm still learning about them. I know what I like, and I know what I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
And I've read the standard many times, but I wouldn't consider myself super versed in that breed. I wouldn't put my opinions up against someone that's been in it for a long time. A breed it's really an art form, that breed.
And then, so okay, so then, when does the Maloso idea come into place, and like, how did you even come up with this? And
Okay,
I don't know. I want to know.
that's a good question. So we got to go back in time. I'm 39 years old now.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back. We're going to go back to when I was 25. I was married.
Yeah.
I had a few Neos at the time.
Uh-huh.
And what I had started to notice in anybody that's been in Neapolitan Mastiffs for any period of time will tell you a similar story.
Mm-hmm.
The breed is awesome.
Yeah.
They're amazing, the good ones. But there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and no one's immune to it. Heart problems, skin problems,
everything.
kidney issues, all kinds of things that can come up in the breed.
Yeah.
And cancer, all types of things. And so when I look at a Neapolitan Mastiff, to me, what's so impressive about them is that they're huge. They have an appearance like no other because of the wrinkle and everything. They have a lot of shock value, right? A lot. So when you see a good one, it's like, oh, you can't stop looking at it. You might not like it, but you'll never forget it, right? Yeah. So the reason I came up with the concept at that time was because, and this is years ago, just in my head, right, is I was trying to think of something that had a lot of shock value that could rival that, not as a competition, but I mean as something that could really catch your eye like that, but at the same time not really have any traits that are so against what's natural that you start into a lot of those health problems. I mean, when you're breeding for skin like that and that type of appearance, it's not what nature wants to do at all, right? It's not, it isn't. And so, and that's why Neos are so difficult to breed. It's difficult to breed a dog that has the correct look and is healthy at the same time. Yeah. And the people that are able to do it are the artists. Those are the people that know what they're doing. But that's when the concept came into my head, was just in my head. I had never drawn a picture or anything. It was just in my head. Like, that would look cool. That would be doable. There's room for all of its teeth. The muzzle's a little longer, so it should be able to breathe a lot better. A lot of our Mastiff breeds today, they have a really deep stop and short muzzles, and you can run into problems because of that. So there's nothing, and a lot of people don't see this, but because they're looking at an image or they're perceiving things a certain way, and some of those images that I've come out with are pretty fantastical, right? They're pretty like they're a little bit exaggerated, to be honest, right? But if you really look at it, there's nothing about it that is so contrary to what nature's already done. I mean, if you look at what nature's done with the big cats, and you compare that to the picture that you posted a minute ago that you were showing people, it's very similar to that. If you look at the head planes of a lion or a tiger, that's kind of the goal. Yes. And it's still a dog. It doesn't look exactly like a cat, but if you model the skull after a big cat, what could be unhealthy about that? Nature's already done it, right? So I realize it's a different species of animal, but you can look at a lot of animals in the wild, and a lot of them don't have a lot of stop, all the way from predators all the way down to even prey species, rabbits, rats. A lot of them have. It's crazy, but they do. A lot of them have that little curve and everything. And so it's just a theory in my head, but going for that trait isn't the worst thing in the world, and the dog's still able to function properly, fight, and do all those things. And I should say, I'm by no means going for a head type that's as extreme as a really typey bull terrier.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to really go for it, right?
Yeah.
So we're just trying to eliminate stop in the head type for appearance purposes, and it is functional, and it will create a look that separates it from anything else. And that's sort of the purpose of this whole thing is to create that appearance, and it should be a guard dog. But there's already a lot of guard dogs, right? There's all kinds of guard dogs out there. So what separates this from them is the appearance, and that's okay. It's appearance is important. Definitely. It is to me. Yeah. I want a dog to look good, right?
Yeah.
But the appearance of it is functional, and it's usable, and there's no brachymorphic impediment. I hope I'm saying that word right.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it that hinders the dog. Does that make sense?
Yes. So
yeah.
Okay. So then you come up with the concepts and everything, and so I'm guessing, like you were saying, health is very important with this breed that you're trying to achieve. It's basically health and temperament, and you want it to be a guard dog, right?
I do. I want it to be.
Yeah.
I choose my words carefully. So the way I would like to say it is, it should be a dog that has natural guarding tendencies.
Oh, okay.
Natural.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not overly concerned about, there's a lot of breeds out there where they do all this bite work and all type competitions, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And that's not the most important thing to me. If they do well in that, then great. But what I'm looking for is a dog that's really bonded to its own people and has a natural tendency to sound off a warning, so to speak, when someone comes to your house that's uninvited. Yeah. But it shouldn't be a man killer,
I see.
It shouldn't be something that's out there ready to, it should be a controllable animal, right? But I wouldn't recommend it for a first-time dog owner, if that makes any sense.
Yes, makes sense. So, with that being said, then the female, that's the mother of the puppies now, what's her temperament like?
It's like that.
It
really is like that. Yeah, I got lucky. So it is. She's the first one that's gonna say something if somebody shows up.
Yeah.
She's quick about it, and she's witty, and she's a little bit annoying, to be honest.
Yeah.
But she does have that temperament.
Okay, let me just wait for the airplane.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
Nature of where I live, I didn't really think that through when we were doing this interview. I might have drove away or something, I might have went to a park or something.
Oh no, it's perfect. This is actually the best signal I've had so far from the people I've been interviewing. But then okay. So then you mind if I ask, how many dogs do you think you're gonna need to create like the ultimate vision? Like so far, how many is in there?
How many of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to answer that, man. I mean, this is where I am. Like, and this is, people need to hear this, okay?
Yeah.
So I put some pictures on Facebook 6 years ago. It got crazy. I didn't expect that to happen. And because it happened, it was a good thing. It pushed me to move forward with it.
Yeah.
Okay? Which I may not have.
Yeah.
If it didn't go that crazy, it might just still be a cool idea in my head. So it acted as motivation to really go for it, right? But I can't really, this is such beginning stages. We're talking about, I'm on the second generation. That's it. It's there's a long way to go, and I'm sure you're going to show some pictures in a minute of puppies. You'll see that they're on their way. Like you'll see, like, he's getting somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's the beginning, and the way I try not to think about numbers too much. I try to think more about it this way. So I have 12 puppies right now, right? Only 6 of them are worth a damn doing anything with. Okay, the other 6 are already gone. Pet homes gone. Yeah. Okay. So those 6 will go where they go. I'll keep some. I have some of them sold, and they'll be going to places that I feel people are wise enough and willing to put the work in to actually move forward, because it's work.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
this
Yeah.
isn't like, it's not like buy one of these and put a bunch of money in your pocket. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So as those puppies are dispersed, they're obviously going to have offspring. All of a sudden, we got, once those 6 dogs, I believe, I lose count because I got so many. I got 12 of them, right?
Yeah,
I think
12.
4 of them. I think 4 of them are females.
Yeah.
So when they have puppies, that's a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
That starts multiplying really quick, and so I'm not overly worried about the amount of dogs, because it's just going to multiply from that point.
Mm-hmm.
And each dog is probably going to need to be bred a different way,
Obviously,
because they're not all going to look the same,
Yeah.
right? They're going to need different things. So that's I'm sure we'll get more into that as the conversation goes, but I don't really think about the actual number of dogs. That's just going to happen by osmosis.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not going to say we need 500, or it doesn't matter. Just it's a progressive thing that will evolve over time.
And then so now if somebody wanted to get a hold of the puppy, what's the cost of what you have currently?
It really just depends. I've sold some of these puppies for $1,000 up to $35. I haven't asked any more than $35 for any of them.
Yeah.
And to be that's a good conversation. So, $3,500 for basically a crossbreed, right?
Yeah.
is a pretty hefty amount. I've seen people do crazier things, for sure. But to me, that's reasonable in the sense that you're getting the best of what I got.
Yeah.
And I've been working on this for 6 years.
Yeah.
I got 2 generations out of the way for you.
Mm-hmm.
So 35, it kind of tells me that you're serious. It tells me that you're not just, going to have this dog and frivolously, do whatever. And so, I need to know that someone's willing to actually put in the work like I have.
Yes.
And I hate saying it this way, because I don't really like being a leader. I'm more of a do my own thing kind of a guy.
Yeah.
But right now I don't have a choice, right? Like I have to kind of
place them somewhere,
facilitate things and approve things and all of that. So someone needs to be willing to do that, and it just kind of shows me that they're willing to put in a little bit of work by paying me that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it really isn't even close to what I've invested. You know
Obviously.
what I mean? I've buying dogs from all over the world. I
Yeah.
only have 5 dogs, but I've literally bought dogs from across the pond, so to speak. I spent a lot of money, and it's my passion, and I have to survive, right?
Exactly.
Like I'm trying to survive over here and somehow find a way to make it work,
So,
because I'm just a guy,
So then, what's the criteria for somebody to get a puppy? Like, what do you look at, and stuff like that? What should they be like, and what do you look at if they're looking for one?
Okay. So you don't have to be some expert, dog breeder or whatever. Mm-hmm. But what I would say is this: I would expect it to be a fairly experienced dog person. They should understand how to deal with a dog that's strong, that has a lot of muscle, and I want to be real careful about. I'm not looking for pet owners, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking for people that know how to have puppies, right? That know the basics of owning a strong-minded dog, I guess, is what I would say. Yeah. And they have to be willing at this point, and I am excited for this not to exist anymore. Yeah. But at this point, they have to follow direction. Yeah. Right? Yes. And because I'm not interested in someone buying one of these puppies that I think is worth moving forward with and just doing their own thing with it. Yeah. Because I would find that to be a mistake,
Definitely, I see. So let me show them one of your puppies that you have. I'm just gonna go through the pictures here and show them.
Okay.
So they can see. So that's obviously the main vision that he has for the Mayo, and then we have this puppy. This is the current puppies that we have on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll show them the foundation female as well after the puppies. But that's
wonderful.
That's one of the puppies over there, guys, as you can see. How old are they now?
Just over 8 weeks now. The pictures you're looking at are probably about 7 weeks.
7
probably
weeks.
About a week ago.
Okay, so this is from 7 weeks and so forth, and it's one of the puppies that he's created already so far. And then this is obviously the what it's supposed to, the end goal. You know, that's the end goal of what it's supposed to be looking like over there. Man, this is some incredible stuff. And then we have the foundation female. What's her name? So I can call her by her name.
I call her Tyra. Her name's Tirana, but we call her Tyra for short.
So that's Tyra, the foundation female for the Maloso, right there.
Yeah.
Lovely female. And how old is she right now?
She is just under 2 years old. She'll be 2 years old in September.
So she'll be 2 years in September. And then you did mention to me, I don't know if it's okay to mention, that you did a dual-sire breeding for these puppies, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So, which for those who don't understand, it means they have two sires, the puppies, basically. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So, let me just go through all the pictures, and then we'll get back to the conversation again.
Okay.
I'll actually just open up the panel also for some people to ask some questions and stuff about the breed, and then let's see. His vision is coming alive. As you can see, it's very close with Tyra over here, the foundation female. You see. And she's pretty close to the vision you have, eh?
Well, she's a success for a first try, right? There's work to be done. I mean, I don't get into. Obviously, I've used Bull Terrier in this, but I don't get into publicly discussing exactly what breeds I've used. Yeah. But to put it into perspective, her mother is a Bull Terrier. Her mother's a little 48-pound Bull Terrier. Yeah. And her father is a 200-pound dog, or pushing 200 pounds. Yeah. A monster. Yeah. She's right in the middle. She's about 90 pounds. Oh. So there's work to be done. I mean, these are supposed to be bigger dogs. I'd like to see females at like 120 to 135, somewhere in there. Yeah. And I'd like to see males at 150 to 160, 27 inches tall, something like that. It should be a big, imposing dog. So it's not easy because we're talking about breeding, smaller dogs to big dogs and getting the traits that you want. Exactly. And it's not, it's not. It's a back and forth thing. Sometimes you got to give up something to gain something. Definitely. And it's just a time, Yeah.
Okay, then. I'm just going to open up the questions over there so people can ask some questions that they want to ask about the breed and so forth and what they think about the breed so far. I think you did a pretty good job. You're pretty close to where you want to be. And, I think when you did the picture a while ago, I don't think anybody thought that was going to, be something that we're going to be seeing something of so far, but amazing, amazing stuff. So opening up the lines, people go ahead and ask you questions, whatever you want to ask. It's the first time and only ever that we got Chad Mayo over here live in South Africa and all over the world. You can stream it and check it out. But we can ask him all the questions we want to ask about the breed. You saw he's got some foundation female, he's got some stock over there, and puppies, and they're going in the right direction, They're going in the right direction. I'm just read some of the stuff that people are saying,
I can't see any of it. Am I supposed to?
No, don't worry. I'll read it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, some guy was saying that someone tried to copy the breed and injected silicone into the face of the puppy, and it died. You said asking, do you remember that? If you,
I don't know. I don't know if that's a fact. I've heard a lot of things. I don't. I say that too. There's a lot of things on the internet, videos, pictures that have nothing to do with me. Like they're exactly. And they circulate it, and people and they'll call it a Mollosso Presa Mayo and everything. They'll put the name on it and everything. Yeah. But I have nothing at all to do with it. What you're seeing here, the stuff that you're posting, that's real stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and it's realistic. It's not this fantastic. You can see the progression. It's we're getting back to reality here.
Yeah, not what we see in some of these posts.
Right.
So Ryan is asking, how long before you consider it as an established breed?
Okay, so I can't give you a time limit,
Obviously.
but what I can say is, once we start producing dogs consistently that have the look and the size that's desired, you have a litter of puppies and there's 8 of them that are there, then I would consider a breed at that time.
Yeah.
But that's going to take a while.
Obviously.
That's years away. But I won't be dead yet. I think I'll still be alive.
Yeah. I'll be here to take over if you need me. Bring them here to South Africa.
I'm going to need it, because I'm hoping they'll just get better after I'm gone. I'm hoping people keep going. That would be my dream, to be honest.
Definitely keep going better and better. Okay, what breed do you think is you're gonna use to get the rounder head shape while keeping that muzzle you're going for?
Okay, so I'll answer it this way, because like I said, I don't like to publicly talk about specific breeds that I'm using. Obviously, the Bull Terrier is one of them, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll say that. But the problem is when you cross a Bull Terrier with a monster, you end up getting a really long muzzle, actually. And I'm not going for a really short muzzle, but it really lengthens it out a lot, and that curve goes away, and you get a more straight appearance. And there's a lot of tinkering to do there. Yeah. But what I'll say is this, because I'm not gonna talk about specific breeds, but there is a lot of misconceptions about what breeds I plan to use. Yeah. And so I'll say this. This might surprise you, but I've never even really considered using a Presa. And that is a confusing thing for people because it's used in the name. Yes. But a Presa, the word Presa is just means, loosely translated into English, a dog of bite, a dog that can grip. Okay. So that's why Presa Canario has the name that it has. Yeah. But I've never planned on using them because as a breed, and I love them, by the way. Yeah. But they're not big enough, and they don't carry enough bone to make up for what the terrier will take away. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yes. So, I've been using dogs with way more bone and way more mass than that, and I still don't have enough bone and mass, right? So that's why I shy from that. Mm-hmm. Cane Corsos, I've never, same thing. They don't have enough mass. They don't have enough bone in order to make up for what the terrier genes are going to take away. Yeah. And so I've there's a lot of misconception there. Yeah. American bullies. You never know what I might do someday, but as a breed, are American bullies going to help me with size? No. Mm-hmm. Are they going to help me with bone? No, they're not. They already have terrier genes in them. Yeah. So introducing them to a bull terrier isn't going to help there either. Yeah. Are they going to help with head type? No. So there's a lot of emphasis there, right? Yeah. And so those are some misconceptions that a lot of people have, and that kind of clears that up. There's a lot of breeds that people think are involved in this that aren't. Yes. Because I see them as counterproductive. Now, as time goes on, I might see a reason to introduce something like that. You never know, because I don't know what's going to happen, right? Like I might go, one thing about a bully that I could see being useful is, and there's not a lot of them left anymore, but a bully with the correct rear for a bully is amazing. Yes. That's a lot of thigh muscle, beautiful turn to stifle. There's not enough of them out there, but the good ones, they're amazing. Yeah. So that's something I could see them having to offer, right? But this is all very, very tentative. It's all very trial and error, Yeah. Right now, I've only used 2 different breeds. That's it. Okay. So then, how did you come up with the name? Just because I heard you mention the name, so I just want to get to that also quickly before I go with more questions. Great. Joe, are you in there? Joey. My friend Joey is the one that came up with the name. It wasn't me. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give you to him, and he'll explain it. Go ahead. Let's listen to Joey. Hey, Joe, how are you?
How you doing? I'm sitting here watching from afar, guys.
Okay.
But so me and Chad have talked about this breed for I don't know how many years, and we were trying to come up with a cool name that honors basically the Molossus type of dog that we're trying to create here. Mm-hmm. And so I took Molloso, and there's an old Italian dog called a Cane Presa.
Yeah.
And I used that, and I said, well, Chad, this is your design. I'm going to put your name in it, Chad. So
Yeah.
Mollosso Presa Mayo just fit pretty well.
Yes.
Just came directly out of my head, guys.
So
just out of my.
are you also involved with the breedings and everything?
Oh yes. I work directly with Chad
Okay.
on all of it. Hey Chad, time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got this charger.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
but that's how the name came, and yes, we're working together with this passion project of
Yes.
ours, Mollosso Presa Mayo.
Mollosso Presa Mayo. Interesting stuff, guys. And then okay, let me just wait for you guys to start the did you get the charger? Is it charging?
Yeah. Let me. Can you grab that extension cord and drop?
Let's get that sorted.
Yeah, he's getting it. We still got 10%, so
Okay.
we're not gonna die right
We're
away.
gonna die. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
We got Sean Brown. He's saying this will come to pass, 100%.
He's a good friend of mine. I
Yeah,
know
he's
Sean.
okay. Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, he don't live too far away. He's been watching all this happen.
Oh yeah, fantastic. So he's got like what do you call it? Straight. He gets to see everything.
You can see it all. Yeah, all the stuff I don't want you to know about. He's seen it. Yeah.
He's fantastic. And then we got Rob. He's saying, followed you a long time. If you don't post it, I don't believe it. And then we got Clement saying, only second generation. He's very interested. So we got a couple of South African people. Okay, let me let you charge quickly.
Yeah. Hold on just a second here.
No problem.
I'm gonna try to make this work somehow.
Fantastic.
What do you think, girl? I might have to hold it. I might just have to hold it.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay.
Sweet. So we got a lot of South African people out here asking you, what about the bulbul? Do you think you're gonna ever use that or anything?
What about the what?
The bulbul.
Oh, well, no, there's a lot of things about a borable I could see being useful. That's definitely a possibility for sure.
So something
hasn't
maybe
been used yet, but
Okay.
I see them as being pretty useful. In
Yeah.
fact, I read. I hope I don't say something stupid, but I actually because I'm not a borable expert. Okay,
Yeah.
so I actually read a thing on different types of borables, and there's actually that from this particular excerpt that I read that there's actually bull terrier in some lines of borable, which shocked me. But that's what it said. So
Wow.
I found that to be pretty interesting. But
okay, I also didn't know that, so that's very interesting.
yeah, I don't know if that's a fact. That's
Yeah.
just something I read. That's it.
Okay, no problem. And then we got a question from Ryan. He's asking, do you have a written standard put down, or is it still in the works?
It is actually in the works. I know it. Joe
Yeah.
knows it,
Yeah.
right? We know exactly what we're going for, but it isn't officially written. In fact, that's something I should mention. So I've started an LLC, Maloso MPM LLC. And the reason we did that is so that we can provide pedigree information on every puppy and keep track of all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's in the works too, but the actual LLC exists.
Yes.
And still trying to figure out templates and how to print it all and keep track of it. That's all going to happen. But anybody that buys a puppy
We'll have all that
from
stuff.
me for breeding purposes,
Yeah.
they will, with time, they will get a full pedigree on what that dog is and where it came from,
Yeah.
and they'll receive a written standard too, because they're in the circle at that point.
Yes, obviously.
So we're definitely working on it, but it's just a lot. It's a lot to write down. It's a lot. So,
Definitely.
but we know exactly where we're going with it. Dimensionally, everything. We know exactly the goals here.
Fantastic. And I got another question from Reich. As far as pedigree goes, will you disclose that currently, or will that start once the breed is established? I think you already answered that when you were talking to me now, so I don't think we have to answer it, because we already established that you are gonna give it to the people who are buying, and as it goes,
Right.
you know.
Oh, something else I should mention. I'm also making people sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Obviously, yeah.
And what I mean by that is anybody, because people are going to get information on where these dogs come from.
Yeah.
And in order to protect some people that have been involved, because they just don't want the drama, you know, they people that have helped me, they don't want to deal with it, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And so I'm making people sign a non-disclosure agreement where even though they'll have that paperwork, it's not to be posted publicly all over the internet. You know, you're not going to see it on Facebook. You're not going to see a big picture of someone's pedigree where this dog came from. It's just for them, for their own personal, so they have knowledge of how to move forward, right?
Yeah. And then we got Morale saying, "Can we see a live puppy?" You did post a live puppy recently, so what I'll do for people to see, I'll just repost that so they can see it on my page and so forth. And then
Joe can get one.
Oh, you have one.
I can hold
Okay,
one.
yeah, bring it. Let's see it. That would be great.
Have a good shot.
That would be great. Let me wait for that puppy. That would be great. That was gonna be.
Yeah, and you see, there's just, and you know what I'll do when he gets me this puppy?
Yeah.
I will. I'll kind of explain what's good and not so good about it. You know.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Very informative. So let's do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody.
He'll be here in 2 minutes.
Somebody. Cody just said, if anybody can make this happen, it's Chad Mayo. Some love out there from Cody. Cody Goldsmith, he says. That's his name.
Yeah, I know Cody. Cody's a friend of mine.
Oh, you got a couple of those guys, yeah. They really believe in you,
right?
Right?
Sounds like they're trying. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Joe's going to give me a puppy, and he's going to hold the camera so we don't lose the deal.
Yeah.
Can you see this dog?
Yes, we can see it. Man,
okay,
gorgeous.
so
let me put that up. Okay.
I'm going to tell you some things. I mean, I know you can't see your whole body or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I believe you did post a picture of this puppy a minute ago.
Yeah.
But hold the camera a little further away there. Yeah.
There we go.
But the head planes are pretty good on her.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I would like to shorten the muzzle up a little bit more, not a lot, just a little bit more, maybe 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And get rid of the white.
Okay, white.
this is something that's going to be a battle for a while because bull terriers have a lot of white,
obviously,
right?
Yeah.
But I would like to see this puppy just black or brindle or oh, hey there, honey, or even fawn or something. But we're going to get rid of the white on the neck, the white on the head, the white coming up the legs, right?
Yeah.
That's all with time. That's something that we're going to be pushing for. A guard dog shouldn't have a lot of white on it, in my opinion. You know, a good, like, put it into perspective. Take a Saint Bernard who has a lot of white on it, right? Which is a gorgeous dog, by the way.
Yeah.
And then take maybe a let's say just a really tough looking Presa that's all brindle or black brindle or something like that. Yeah. Which one looks a little scarier?
Obviously, the Presa.
It's the Presa, yeah. And a lot of that has to do with color, shorter hair, right?
Yes.
All those things give you the perception of something that's a little bit more intimidating. So that's why we want to get rid of the white.
Okay, I see. Makes sense. I was confused why you would want to get rid of white, but now I get it.
Yeah. So, but I should say this, you know, the physical structure of all these puppies is great. Yeah. Really good. I mean, good rear turn, you know, good shoulder placement, you know, the pasterns are strong. They're built really, really, really well.
Yeah. So compared to the mother,
running into a lot of problems there, you know.
So compared to the mother, the current puppies, are they looking like progress to you, like further from the mother, or how's it looking for you, comparing it to the mother already?
Well, there's a step forward and a step back, right?
Okay.
Like the head planes on some of these pups are a little better.
Yes.
They're a little more in the direction that we're going for.
Yeah.
I lost some color, right? The mother's black. She's like tough looking.
Yes,
right?
She looks tough.
Right? But I lost some of that. I got some white in there because of the bull terrier influence.
Yeah.
And size will probably be an issue too on some of them. Now, remember, I did a Dual-sire on this.
Yes.
Some of these pups are huge.
Yes.
The size is just fine.
Yes.
But on those particular puppies, I actually lost a little bit of head type, right?
Yeah.
So it's just this back and forth thing. But I do view some of these as being a little bit closer to what we're going for.
What you're
This
going
little
for.
puppy in my hands,
Yeah.
I think would fit that bill, even though the color's not there.
Yeah.
Just her head type and the way she's made and everything.
Mhm.
You know, like if I took a picture of her, she would be pretty close.
Yes.
She's just not going to be 130 pounds.
Obviously,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, you
She's
still have
probably
to-
going to be. She's probably going to be 80 pounds or
Okay.
90 pounds or
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah.
there's work to be done.
Okay, let me get to the next question. Is Ryan, will these dogs have game tendencies? Will they be intended for working purposes or more passive?
Okay, so that's a
It's a
good question, but
Yeah.
but everybody has a different idea of what that means.
Yeah.
So you know, like I've mentioned before, I'm trying to make a dog that has natural guarding tendencies for its own people, for its
Yes.
family.
Yes.
So in that sense, it's a working dog,
Yes.
right there.
Yes.
But as far as competitions and bite work and all the the sleeve and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I'm not incredibly. I don't even know a lot about that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I've never tried to do any of that stuff. I'm sure that there's plenty of them that'll be good at it just
Yeah.
because of the breeds
Because the
being
breed, yeah,
used.
breeds
You know,
being used, yeah.
they're a lot of these breeds are already used for that kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
that'll just happen by osmosis, you know,
Yeah.
and as the breed develops, I'm sure there's going to be people that'll use them for things like that, and that's totally fine.
Obviously.
But my goal is simply to have this should be a dog that is good with kids.
Yeah.
It should be good with kids.
Yeah.
It should be good with its people.
Mhm.
But someone that it doesn't know, it should be suspicious, and
Yeah.
it should say, "Get out of here." You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So that's kind of the intended temperament.
Okay, we got another question from Luke Wolford. He's saying, what generation is that pup? F1, F2, or F3?
These puppies technically are F1B.
F1B.
So-
okay.
Yeah, that's the way the internet's explained it to me anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was F2,
Yeah.
but so the way I understand this is, in order to have F2s, you have to breed two F1s together to get an
okay.
F2.
Okay, yeah, then it's
Okay,
F1B.
well, what I
Okay.
have here is that I have an F1 that's being bred back to purebred dogs.
Yes.
So that's why it's referred to as an F1B.
B instead of
So
F2.
until I actually take two crosses and
Yeah.
put them together, then I haven't really hit the F2 stage. But I've heard some argument on that or whatever. But that's where we're at. We have an F1. Oh, we lost the
Sorry.
camera. You can just put her away.
No problem.
How am I doing on battery here? Oh, I'm back in the green.
Okay.
I won't have to hold this for too much longer.
Okay.
So, what were we talking about?
F1, F2, and you were saying that you have F1B and not yet F2 because it's not
Right,
yeah.
right. And I think when I originally started posting these puppies, I think I referred to them as F2s
Yeah.
because that's what I thought they were.
Yes.
But I've been corrected.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, they're F1Bs.
F1Bs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let me get to the next question. Love the concept, been following for years, but you are worried the bull terrier blood will tighten the eye separation. I know the concept has a broad, short muzzle, but a little wide eye separation. Okay, he's just like, just not a question, just saying. Just, let's get to the next one. Let's see if this one is like, do you plan on continuing to mix, or will you line breed to establish consistency early on?
Oh, we'll definitely line breed. Yeah.
Line breeding.
And pending health tests. So
Yeah.
I have health tests to do and everything. I have embarked the mother of
Yeah.
these puppies.
Yeah.
And she's totally clear. She looks great.
Yeah.
But before we start doing any serious inbreeding or line breeding, we'll have to run some tests and hopefully
First.
stay away from problems.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
But that's just a ways off anyway. It's just not worth
Yeah,
worrying about right now. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have to do it to maintain that head type for sure.
definitely.
And even size, we might have to line breed on some big dogs to keep some size going too. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it all plays out. But I did want to, you were mentioning that question earlier about eye separation and,
Yes.
and the
yes,
muzzle.
Yes.
I wanted to address that because the dog does not have a short muzzle.
Oh, okay.
And that's a misconception that a lot of people have.
Yeah.
It's actually, if you look at a lot of the pictures, it's actually almost half as long as the whole head.
As a whole head, yeah. from what I see when I see them from the side.
Right. So compared to most Molosser type breeds, it's longer. It's a longer muzzle than most of them, but it creates an illusion because you've eliminated the stop, and so it gets rid of that snipey appearance, right? And so it doesn't make you think long muzzle. And there's depth of head too, like the profile of the dog. There should be some underjaw there, a bit of a chin, right, and all that. So, like I said, modeled after a big cat. Big cats, their muzzles, if you really look at them, they're pushing half the length of the whole head. You know, not quite that long, but it's right there. So when people start thinking about the head type that I'm going for, literally start looking at the profile of your big cats, and it's pretty close dimensionally. It's pretty close.
Cool. So we answered your question, Leron. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I didn't think it was a question. I didn't read it properly. But yeah, we got to it.
Yeah. The eye separation you're talking about, that's a battle because bull terriers have a pretty narrow eye separation. It's very vermin. I think vermin is a term that they use in the standard because it should look actually literally kind of look ratty, you know, the way their eyes are.
Yeah.
And so that is a battle, but there's benefits to it too, as far as, you know, a healthy bull terrier has a very predatory eye set. I mean, they can really see what's in front of them, you know, when they're looking at. So it's just a thing that has to be developed over time. You know.
Yeah. And then we have Ryan saying, "Love the concept. Good work with everything. I look forward to seeing things progress." So he's very happy for you.
Cool.
And then. He says again, will these dogs eventually be able to compete in conformation?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not overly worried about them being accepted by a registry at this point or anything. It's too far away, but I could see in the next 5 to 10 years, you know, a couple generations down the road, I could see us just with the MPM LLC putting together a show if we could get together 20, you know, that actually had a somewhat of a desirable look going on that was starting to represent things pretty well, that would be worth doing. I mean, it would be a lot of money for everybody. It'd cost, you know, and you probably have people from all over the place that would have to attend, but it would be a pretty neat event. And I think that maybe even if it was done in conjunction with a show or something, you know. Like, you know, even though we weren't officially recognized by that registry or whatever, we could just do it in conjunction with a big dog show. And there's a lot of ways to handle that. But that's going to happen for sure.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Just a matter of time.
Sweet. We got Tori saying, keep your record, man. For real, they look cool. So a lot of people loving the look of dogs. Yeah. Appreciate it, Tori. Shout out, Tori. And then do you have the mother with you around there?
Oh, yeah. She's at the house right now. I'm not going to whip her out, though. She's recovering.
Oh, okay. She's still covering.
There's a lot of puppies.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, cool. We'll get a picture or video of her, like, later on when she's good.
Yeah. She just, you know, that was a lot for her to do. But I got to hand it to her. You know, it was a natural birth.
Yeah.
She actually had 15 puppies.
Oh, wow.
And 12 survived. But I mean, I can't, you know, I've been doing these bullies and neos and getting 0 to 6 puppies with a C-section, right? All that. No C-section. Did it all on her own, and you know, I'm happy. She did a great job.
Fantastic mom, man. Shout out to her. Let's give her a round of applause, man.
Yeah. It's that vitality, right? If you start doing crosses, you get a lot of vitality out of the dog. And it's relief. You know, it's like, wow.
Would you advise anybody breeding like purebred dogs to do a dual-sire breeding or so forth? And what would be the reasons if you would say yes or no? Yeah.
Say that again. I didn't understand the question.
So would you advise anybody who has pure breeds to do a dual-sired litter? And if so, why or why not?
Yeah, well, the thing that's nice about dual-sire litter is it as long as you get enough puppies from both males, which you might not.
Yeah.
But if you get enough from both, then it tells you a lot, and you can save time. You know, you can say, okay, next time with this boy because he
Yeah.
just did a better job, right? So that's what's nice about a dual-sire litter.
Litter,
The
yeah.
problem is sometimes you only get puppies out of one. I mean, this particular litter, out of the 12 puppies,
Yeah.
10 of them were from one sire and 2 of them were from the other.
Yeah.
And I literally just collected both males at the same time, put the sperm in at the same time, so it was just off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
And I only got 2, and good sperm, by the way, too. Tested it, amazing sperm on both males,
Mm-hmm.
but only got 2 out of the one and
And
10
more.
out of the. So
Powerful
So-
the other one.
what's that? Yeah,
Obviously
exactly.
very
So what
powerful.
I'm going to do,
Yeah.
to answer that question, my plan is, because I only got 2 out of the other,
Yeah.
I already know what the other male does because I
Yes.
got 10 puppies,
Exactly.
right? So next time I'm pleased with what the other boy did with just 2 puppies.
Mhm.
So next time I'm gonna use the boy that only had 2 puppies,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I already have plenty of a selection from the other
From the
one.
other
So
one, yeah.
kind of, I don't have to do the dual sired again. It taught me something, and so now I can make a good decision for the next round.
Sweet. Cody says the ABKC would be a good start with confirmation showing too, and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're pretty accepting too,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I can see them accept. I've had other registries contact me and be willing to provide paperwork and everything right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
keep track of it. But I haven't moved forward with it because I really don't want to abide by anybody's rules.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to just be able to decide what to do right now,
Yeah.
and eventually it'll be a relief not to have to do that.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't. Between Joe and I, we don't really have a choice. We really need to keep this thing on the right track.
Yeah, fantastic. And we got Tori saying real registry will accept breeds if you have records of how they were made. So she just some info out there, I guess. Let's go to the next one. Are the dual sires the same breed from the breeding? No. Okay.
No.
Different breeds, guys. We got that. Let me go to the next one.
You want to see another puppy?
Sure. You can show. Yeah, you can show us.
Yeah. So I'll show you another puppy that's from the other sire. I'm not going to tell you what breed he is,
No
but
problem.
it's probably not that hard to figure out.
Okay.
I'm just not going to publicly mention it,
Yeah.
But anybody that knows their dogs, it's probably not that hard to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Joe's going to grab him.
Okay, let's go to the next question while we wait for Joe.
Yeah.
Ryan is saying, how many times do you plan on using the dam?
Do I plan on using the dad?
No, the dam. The mother.
Oh, the dam.
Yeah.
We're going to breed her oh, here we have another puppy.
Okay.
So this one's a little bigger than the other one.
Oh, okay, I can see it already. Yeah, I
So-
can tell.
Literally almost twice as large, but the head type isn't quite
Isn't
there,
the same.
right?
Yeah, it's not the same.
So it's, but very useful. I'll be using this dog in the future for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I like. He's cool. So this
Yeah.
dog is 20 pounds at
Yeah.
8 weeks old,
Yeah,
and the other dog I showed you is 11,
yeah.
maybe 12.
12, yeah.
So, yeah, 2 different breeds.
And is that a female?
Same mom, just
Yeah.
different fathers.
Is that a female or a male?
This is a boy.
That's a boy. Okay.
This is a boy,
Lovely.
and he's cool. He's sweet. He's such a sweet boy.
Yeah.
He's
And
very.
He's got the color you like.
He does. Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
have any white. Really,
Yeah.
just a little bit on his toes and on his chest, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Okay.
So really, we're going for that size.
Size,
That
okay.
body type. But obviously the head
the
type
hot
is
type, yeah, from the other one.
size. Yeah.
Sweet.
So it's
then,
interesting because that puppy I just showed you
Yeah.
is actually 25% bull terrier,
yeah,
and you would never know it if I didn't tell you that.
yeah,
But if you knew that and you look at him real close, you
Yeah.
can kind of see that flash in there, and it's hiding in there. And so, with time, I'll probably be using that puppy to breed, and we'll bring some of that head type out again.
yeah.
So it's just a back and forth thing, but he's a neat puppy. I like him. He's one of my favorites out of this. I like that puppy.
Fantastic. And then finish. I guess we finish answering the question we had. How many times are you gonna plan on using the mother?
Oh yeah. So I mean, we'll continue to breed her until it doesn't make sense to do it. You know, when she does her job, and we'll get 3 or 4 litters out of her, and then we'll let her retire. You know, but she's got, like I said, she'll be 2 in September, so she has a lot of life left in her. She's useful. Yeah, and she's good at having puppies, and she's built really well, and there's no reason to stop there. You know, she's doing a great job.
Fantastic. And we got another question from Rob. What was the necessity of the bull terrier head shape that you like and decided to use in the program?
Well, it's just the absence of stop, obviously. Okay. You know, it's because they have that curve, and they have, a typey bull terrier has way more than what I'm going for. Yeah. But obviously that's needed. I need that in order to because of the breeds I'm introducing. Otherwise, I can't think of a better breed to get rid of that stop on a more Molloso. See, some people think that this is supposed to be like a big giant bull terrier, and it's not. Yeah. It's really more of a Maloso type of a breed, a Mastiff type of a breed with no stop. Very simple.
Super. And then Ryan says, can you go more into the colors? What colors would be expected?
Okay, so color palette's pretty wide. Like I mentioned before, eventually we just like to get away from white. But fawn, a fawn, black brindle, reverse brindles, red, black, blue. Yeah. Even people have different terminologies for different colors, but like in the Mastino we call it tawny. I think you'd refer to it as champagne in a bully. But any solid color. Yeah. And of course brindling is fine too. But what we want to stay away from is white, big white patches on the face and up the neck and on the body. We'd like to get solid colors. A little bit on the feet or the chest is fine, but for the most part a solid colored dog. Does that make sense? Yeah. Did I explain that well?
So one guy, while you were talking about the colors, he said, will merles be accepted? So
no,
you don't want any merles, obviously, because you just said solid colors.
The thing about the merle situation is, I get it. Some people are attracted to that. It can be a pretty color. I get it. Yeah. But a merle dog doesn't give you that guard dog. In fact, it makes you think of other breeds. It kind of makes you think of a cow dog, or it doesn't make you think of an intimidating. It softens the appearance of the dog, is what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm trying to stay away from. Tricolor is fine. Yeah. It wouldn't be my favorite. I have a lot of tris over here, obviously. Yeah. But that's not really the goal. I'd like to get away from that and get more into blacks and blues and more red, fawn or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. And then we got what made you, Tori, saying what made you want to make your own breed?
Simply because my favorite breed at the time, which still is my favorite breed to this day, is the Mastino. It's a Neapolitan Mastiff. Yeah. But there's a lot of problems that come with it, and I feel like this can eliminate some of those problems and be a little bit healthier of a dog and still have enough shock value to appease my desires in a dog. The reason I'm doing it is because it's not already out there, so I have to.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, and then LeBron says more like a baby line, talking about the second one you brought out there. Was really big. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes for a few more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up here with the man Chad Mayo and stuff. So if you got any more questions or whatever you want to say, or any good stuff you just want to comment or whatever, put it down in the comment section. But I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time, and then we're gonna so we can get to it. First time we've had an interview with Chad, so let's get all the questions we need. Let's get them answered. Okay, we got another question. Yeah, let me just. It's not a question. I think it's just Alicia. She's saying Mo will also add a lot of health issues and genetically limiting pairings based off color. Very smart to stay away. So he's applauding you there for staying away from the moles, because apparently they're gonna bring a lot of issues, health issues.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was Alicia. Let me see if we got any more questions. Send more questions, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Great conversation. Thank you for the discussion. Okay. No stress, brother.
Yeah.
We doing it
I'm waiting for the negative stuff,
you want to get the negative stuff. I don't know if anybody has negative
everyone's so
stuff.
positive.
Yeah, everybody's
there's
so
some,
excited about it. Just
yeah,
so,
yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And it says, what is the size and weight you desire out of the breed?
Yeah, we talked about a little bit about that already.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a large dog, I'm seeing females at 120 to 140 ish.
Yeah.
I'm seeing males at 150 pounds, 160. The reason I say that is because that's big, but it's still very functional. Dogs that big can still jump in the back of your truck if they have the mind for that and the build for that.
Yeah.
But once you start getting up into that 200-pound place, they get slower and they get a little clunkier and all this stuff. But what I would say is, if you showed me a bigger one and it was able to move and it was able to do it, it's not like I'm going to be sad about it. Showed me a 190-pounder and it can move and glide, I'd be like, hey, great job. I'm not going to kick it out of the show ring. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to put limits on it as far as how big it can be, but definitely don't want it to be too small, right?
Yeah, super big.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about small and big? Roberto says, well, you make minis.
No, that's
small
a
ones.
good question because as this moves forward, there's going to be small ones and big ones, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the goal. In this litter, I had really small puppies, and I had puppies that were 6 pounds, 7 pounds at 8 weeks, and then I have others that are 20.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a variance in size, but that's not the goal. We want bigger dogs.
Yeah.
But as of now, both are useful.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of times the puppy, what I'm seeing so far is some of the smaller puppies actually have a little more head because they're pulling from the bull terrier edge of things, right? And so, but they're all useful because they just have, it's a mix and match thing.
Yeah.
So, the goal is for it to be a larger dog.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still puppies at the end of the day. You're still gonna see them as they grow bigger. They might change and so forth.
Small puppy doesn't mean small dog.
Exactly. Right? It might just be big later, bigger than the other one. So give it time.
Right.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna give you one last more time to send more questions, and then I'm gonna wrap it up with my main man Chad. All right, let's see. I say, what's your take on the American Molossos? Is it something you've looked at with your program, or
Oh yeah. No, I know Marcus personally.
Yeah.
We're not like really close or anything, but I've known Marcus. We've talked on the phone.
Yeah.
And we got a dog out. She got out. We got puppies running around here. No, but my take on that is that's Marcus's passion, and he's excited about it, and that's great.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem. That's just not what's the word I'm looking for? Obviously, I'm trying to do something a lot different.
Yeah, obviously different.
And those dogs are monsters, by the way. We're talking about 200 and up pound dogs. But if you have a question about the American Molossos, you gotta talk to him.
Yeah. So they asked if you would also use them in your program. If you think you would
say that again.
Would you use them in your program?
Oh, that's in the cards.
Okay, the cards.
I would, depending on the dog. They have a lot to offer, obviously.
Yeah.
They're big, and if the structure was there, and obviously the color's there, that could definitely be in the realm of possibility. It hasn't been done yet, but I wouldn't be against it, depending on the dog.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, if you got everything to send it now. I'm gonna be wrapping it up with my main man Chad. Thank you very much, Chad, for joining us and out here in South Africa. We haven't had the chance to talk to you or anything like that, so it was really great to have the chance to communicate and find that information. I think everybody, I saw all the questions are very good questions, and people really wanted to know what's going on instead of bashing because they don't know. Because you are saying negative stuff nobody had because they're so interested, and they all want to see where we're going with this. Yeah, they all want to see what's happening. So maybe when it's already established, then they will have some negatives. But for
Yeah,
now,
yeah, if I do a bad job, right?
yeah, for now they
Yeah.
just want to see where
Hopefully we'll stay away from that. Yeah.
exactly. They want to see where we're going with this and everything. So yeah, but thank you very much. Great breed. From what I hear, it's looking like it's gonna be a great breed. You have all the health stuff in check. You got all the temperament stuff in check, and you got all the colors you want and everything. And I wish you well in your journey for creating the Maloso, man. And then let's hope we get some monsters, and we can get some here in South Africa as well.
Thanks, Easy.
Sweet.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we need to bring some here in South Africa as soon as they're ready as well. I also need a big dog.
Come over there. That's a country I've never been to. That would be fun. I got to come over there and say hello.
Definitely. Yeah, come through. Let me know. We'll take you to the bully shows and show you some bullies here in South Africa.
Okay. Yeah,
Fantastic. Cool. Okay, thank you very much. Chad Mayo was in the building with us today. We say bye to him. He gave us a lot of information about the Molloso. And thank you very much, sir. We'll see you next time.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. What up? What up? Yeah. It's Bully Club TV. Let's go back to it. Yeah. We did it big on Bully Club TV. You know what it is. We had Chad Mayo, the guy who's the creator of the Molloso Presa Mayo. So, I hope everybody got information they needed. They asked all the questions. If you didn't get all your questions answered or so forth, send me a DM or send Chad a DM. He will gladly respond to anything else there that you have. And yeah, it's Bully Club TV, baby. It's your host with the most, Easy, and we out for the night. So, if you want some merch, then we got a t-shirt, Bully Club, and we got a hoodie, Bully Club. I'm going to give you the details to hit me up and get it. You hit me up on my DMs. I'm going to give out my number as well. I got my Facebook. Over there's my Facebook, Bully Club Co. And then over there's my Instagram. And then over there again is my YouTube over there. I will be loading this video up on YouTube after the live, so you guys can check it out again if you missed it. And then also anybody else that didn't get to see it, it will be still on Facebook. We are out, at Bully Club TV, baby. Yeah, it is what it is. We did it big again. Molloso fresh, baby. Yeah, Bully Club TV is your host with the most, Easy. Yeah. Hey. Subscribe and follow Bully Club TV, baby. We do it big every Sunday with interviews. Subscribe and follow. And then we got special show on Tuesday. We're gonna do the females, Cape Town versus Johannesburg. I'll put it up on my Instagram. Send me all your pictures before the date so we can have them stuff up. South African only. Yeah. Hey. Follow us over there. Bully Club Co. on Facebook. Bully Club _ That's my number over there. Hit me up, send me your dogs, send me all your females. Cape Town versus Joburg on Tuesday. We're doing it on Tuesday. Cape Town versus Joburg, females only. Send me some of the stuff, right? Hey. Hey.
I think I'm on and I play my confidence. As I'm praying, never confidence. Girl, you know how savage you are. I pray your mama never find out. Cause you looking like a diamond in her eyes. It's my money, Mona Lisa. Yeah, break bones when I come out. She like it when I come in the mouth. I done just pay for the price. Niggas ain't real with me. Gotta mic him up. Gotta singing on me like whoa. Gotta be on me, man. I can't even breathe. She be going niggas are well in this band. Got her by the moon like a snake. She don't count when I'm doing soft. And I'm about to go do like you. Got her rip my beat. Got her by the moon like a snake. Yeah. She don't count when I'm doing soft. Yeah. And I'm about to go do like you. Yeah. Got her ripping my beat.
And like that, we out, baby. It's Bully Club TV. Your host was the most easy. I'll see you again next week on Tuesday, head to head, females only. Cape Town versus Johannesburg, and then we're gonna do it against Durban from there. Shout out to Cape Town. They've been killing it, winning every season, every bloody competition we've been doing. They've been killing it and winning. Shout out to Cape Town, and then we'll see you again next week. Sign up with a special guest interview, and Tuesday head to head, females only. And during the week we'll see you again when we can do the Durban versus whoever wins. Shout out, bye.